Welcome back to the continuing tales of Mewtalisk, the cat of nine tails. We are still on his fourth tale, i.e. life, and thus far things are going quite swimmingly for him. Yes, quite swimmingly indeed. Welcome back to another trek to the dungeon, and sorry about the random voicing. So, as I discussed in the previous vid, I'm skipping the floor 8 of the vault for now, in favor of trying to just go to the snake pit first, which, as previously mentioned, I had left unfinished. Given my high casting abilities, my solid charms, and overall power, I should be able to handle it just fine. I'm just going to explore a little bit more because why the hell not? There's really no good reason to, but there's no bad reason to either. Oh, it looks like there's an actual encounter here. Well, that should be enough ice beasts to handle it. Good old ice beasts. Of course, when they can't see their target, they're a whole lot worse, but until then. Okay, going back upstairs. And all of these floors were thoroughly cleared, so there's no real... oh, crap. That's not a real upstairs, is it? So in order to get upstairs... You know what? Let's just go through the other upstairs case. But yeah, all these other floors were cleared out thoroughly, so there's no reason to be concerned. It's just that one that I only half-assed it. Oh my god, that guy can sustain a whole lot of damage, actually. Look at him, he's just ignoring ice beasts completely. Gotta get me an iron troll. Yeah, it's worth it. I don't want to leave him behind and then have to come back and find him later. Let's just nix him. And again, I'm quite happy to note my intelligence hasn't gone down. It was previously going down by 2 to 3 points every time I casted that. Admittedly, the power on that spell is near maxed at this point, so I'm really thinking that it's probably just a matter of the amount of power that I put into it. Actually, where have I kept all my books? I'm gonna go to my book stack and go from there, because I'm starting to think that there might be some really good spells that I'm just overlooking at this point, on account of how long I've been going without looking at my spell books. Yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna recall. That way, we'll actually be able to catch him. There we go. Get a little bit of mana back before we go upstairs. Oh, and skilling abilities, traps and doors, once it hits 10, we're turning it off. So, yeah, that's that. So, books. Where'd I leave those suckers? Off to the books. Let's see if there's any good spells that I've ignored. Completely natural mistake to make, but still a mistake. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So, it's flipping right down to the top level spells. Fire and Ice Storm would be really cool on a Conjurer, but I'm just not going to multi-class into Conjuring this game, so just forgetting about that. Mass Confusion, I don't know whether or not that hits allies. That would be interesting to know. But if that doesn't hit allies, it's perfect. If it does hit allies, it's pointless. In terms of top-level summons, summoning a Greater Demon, my only problem is I hate to deal with when they go evil on you, and they always do. Haunt is a good spell. all around. Though having to deal with the sickness is going to be an irritation, especially since I don't have I don't have a method of healing, self-healing, that will cover resistance to it. Let's look at the charm schools, see what we got here. See invisible I have by default. Control teleport. I wonder, does control teleport handle blinks? The only problem is I use my my blink and teleport as a berserk last minute get out of jail free card button right now, and so I probably won't have it activated in time. But that's honestly a mistake I make, not a mistake that's inherent to the spell. I don't know, maybe, let me see what it says about it. Yeah, you know what? It's worth it. I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna to free up that space so that I can memorize it. Because if I ever get thrown into the abyss or something, it'll be really nice to have that ability available to me. Even if I never end up making use of the ability, it's an ability I want to have available. So let's see what books that we have here. Oh wait, there's a deflect missiles. That's much higher on my priority list. Okay, let's see what spells I can afford to unmemorize. I can get rid of slow at this point. I don't need it anymore. I've actually used every single spell on this list, other than that one, at least once in the last 2 hours of gameplay, in the last 4 parts of gameplay, I should say. So, throughout the vault, I've used repel missiles repeatedly. I've used summon ice beast as a clutch spell, and horrible things as my backup. Magic dart I don't need, but I like having. Secundrin's mystic blast I've used a fair amount of. The only thing I haven't used is slow, so let's get rid of slow. It might be in what book would it be in? Well, none of these books. In fact, we're just going to drop the book stack right now. Book of Wizardry might have it. Book of Minor Magic might have it. Nah, one of these will have it. We'll see. Nope. Yup. I'm hesitant to burn this book, but I think I actually have every other spell in here except repel missiles, and I don't intend to forget that anytime soon, so yeah, let's get rid of this thing. No slow anymore. And that now gives me the ability to memorize 5 spell levels worth, including control translocation, including, but not repel missiles. I'm looking over my options a lot. Honestly, I'm liking it. I basically know I'm going to run with it. Shadow Creatures is tempting. I'll probably come back for that depending on which dungeon branches I'm going into next. But, or actually, what book is that in? If it's in the Book of Unlife, that's unfortunate. But if it's in... such a complicated system. Okay, so it just occurred to me, this shouldn't actually be a hard choice. I need Ignite Poison right now because that's where I'm heading. I'm heading to the Snake Pit. I can think about what's the next follow-up to that later. So, to the Snake Pits. To the Snake Pits, floor 1. There we go. Floor 1 was cleared, floor 2 was cleared, floor 3 was cleared. Floor 4, on the other hand, I'd forgotten. It was not entirely cleared. So let's get a few allies together, and in we go. I should also probably remember to keep my missile protection available at all times. Just because. And there's no point having non-poison resistant allies here, so obviously my allies should be poison resistant. Let's ignite the poison. That was nice. And because that's Wiglaf, I vote for horrible things. Followed by more igniting poison. Man, Wiglaf shrugs them off like crazy. Let's do another round. Notice my intelligence still has not gone down. If there was any doubt before, there's basically no doubt anymore that that either my increased player level or character level, or my increased mastery of summoning necromantic magic or something is reducing the frequency of of the negative consequences of using my level 8 spell, because I was before now regularly taking the damage regularly taking the intelligence loss, I should say, for using my level 8 spell, and now I'm not. Now I'm actually less likely to take it than to not take it. Ignite poison. You definitely want to have a nice crowd of these guys behind me before I start igniting, but then burn to cinders. And of course the big one is best to take out by brute force. Or rather the force of brutes. Okay, clearing out the snake pits to completion. Floor 4 is done. Floor 4 is done. Let's bring in a few ice beasts before we head down. Ooh, what is that? A pressure plate. I'll let my allies trigger it. Sure enough, they did. I sincerely hope these spiders are poisonous. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, they were most definitely poisonous. They were most definitely poisonous. Backing up. And now I'm going to start blinking like crazy. A few more ignites and he's dead. It's good to have a strong direct damage spell. Yeah, but for the fact that... I mean, I like that Ignite Poison is a very... You can half commit to it. What is this guy? I haven't seen him before. Oh, he's just an old dragon. An ancient dragon, if you will. Oh, that doesn't mean he's easy to fight? Oh, no. That means he's a bitch. Extahua, or Dahua, or however you pronounce it. I've never met this monster before. Let us see just what he is all about. Crawl wiki time. I don't believe I've ever actually seen him before, so this is going to be interesting. Unique dragon, mid-game, swamp, dungeon levels. Dahua is much more powerful. Physical and fiery attacks, open doors, butchering, fire dragon, hide and armor, resist fire poison, cold base attack spells, vulnerable to cold, neutral conjurations, deflect missiles, works nicely. Thanks for the help, Hal. Alright, let's see how we're going to do this. He doesn't know we're here, so we have the advantage. I vote back away. Nobody's going to cross me to reach him, which is good. We're going to get repel missiles right away. I'm going to step back into range and start doing horrible things at him. Because all my ice beasts are behind me, the horrible things will have to come out in front, which is right where I want them. There's some. There's some more. That's plenty. Go kill him. This was the now I've taken some intelligence loss to my as a result of my summonings. But wouldn't you know it, we killed him. And with plenty of life to spare, as a matter of fact. Let's go ahead and butcher him and eat him. In retrospect, probably should have just resurrected him. This is Snake Pit 5. I really do need good allies here. Oh, an unread scroll. Wonder what that could be. I'm totally gonna use my ident on it, because at this point in the game, if I haven't seen it, it's gonna be an odd scroll for sure. Francis. I don't know much about this guy, but I remember beating him up before, so I'm not worried about him. We're gonna use recall to bring everybody directly into the fight, so that perfect, so that Francis doesn't have a chance to respond. And him I'm going to remember to resurrect. Ah, see, I can be taught. Let's drop some of this extra weight. Don't know why I brought all these books with me. That was stupid. I'll remember to drop them next time I'm by a staircase. I'll go upstairs and drop them. I'm just trying to get their attention so that I can burn them alive. Burn to cinders. Bear in mind, of course, that this is the last floor. Last floor means there's a rune chamber, and all of the nasty that comes with that. So, now I have all of the meat shields, so that I can do this. Ignite poison from behind. This is what it feels like when a orc priest is smiting you, and there are big orcs in a hallway. You can totally kill the big orcs, but you don't have the luxury, because you're getting killed from in front. And every time I kill them, I'm getting back so much mana. And of course the fire, oh god, they're idiots. They're not thinking about the fire. Next time, I've got to remember not to do that. I should have waited for Resurrect Dead until the fires had burned down. Okay. Oh, I'm surprised. I thought that was going to be the rune chamber, but I guess not. That was a miss. Let's just do this. Dropping all of the books. Come back for them later. Yes, just ignore items. We don't need those. We need speed. See, I again did it. That very, I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's very tempting to just attack sometimes at melee. It's like, whatever, this one will kill him, so it won't matter. And it's not the right move, and you should always clamp down on those impulses. It's a good way to lose a run. And I promised I would turn off traps and doors when it hit 10. I don't know why I didn't do it. Other than that, I can trickle some health, some experience back into dodge, I guess. And charms, I'm kind of satisfied with where it's at right now. Yeah, it's at great. Power is solid. Could be better, but that's always true. So let's turn off charms for now and just focus on the big stuff. Spellcasting and summonings. Summonings I want at 20 before I start pushing into the deepest parts of the dungeon. Not that I'm going to hold off for that, mind you. I just like it. I'd like that. Okay. I'm in really deep. Do I have a way to get out? Yeah, I have teleport and I have blink. I can definitely get out in a pinch. Even so, it's good to have my options, so let's go ahead and start burning these guys alive. Just supplementing the work of my minions here. They're physically blocking the way, and I'm doing the actual damage. Yeah, undead are too stupid to not walk directly through fire, unfortunately. I think there's one huge advantage to coming back. I mean, there's multiple advantages, but one huge advantage I'm getting when I'm coming back to work on the rune instead of going out of my way to get it. And I'm going to start off by... This is like looking more and more like this is where the rune is, so I'm going to try and clear around first. But yeah, one of the big advantages is I know my mentality when I'm in the process of doing my dungeon crawl and I've just gotten access to, you know, the lower levels of the snake pit, and it's like, oh, now I'm working on the rune. There's a mentality of I'm trying to level up my skills. My skills aren't high level enough. Problem with that is it encourages you to make decisions not based on what's the safest move, but what's going to get you the most experience. And that's not the right mentality to have right now. The mentality you want to have is what's going to be the most likely to get these guys killed, or them killed, and me out alive. I would be a whole lot more picky about not using my summons to fight if it weren't for the fact that I already knew I've cleared out the vaults, I'm level 16, I've got all my skills up where they need to be. You know, if it weren't for all of that stuff, I wouldn't be comfortable giving so much experience to my minions and getting so little for myself by comparison. But since I know I'm already at a good place with my experience quotient, I can afford to just, you know, to sick my minions on stuff and not get full credit for the kills. Because I'm coming back to pick up the rune. Instead of the chief purpose of getting the rune being to clear the floor and get experience, the chief purpose of getting the rune is just to get the rune. I have no other alternative objectives. And it's a good place to be. I've got to remember this next time. And just how different it feels. Let's get my allies on point. And I really need to stop holding off on... It's like, you know, it's just a mentality. I know how dangerous, or sorry, how explosive my capability is with using Ignite Poison, that it can hit 10 targets, that I'm reluctant to use it on just one target, which is stupid, because it's a 5-mana spell regardless, or I guess a 4-mana spell thanks to... what's his name? Behemoth. Back off. No need to summon an army while I'm in range. Get out of range first. Turn on repel missiles, then sick the army on him when it's too late for him to do anything about it. Totally igniting poison here. And as I push deeper, just keep igniting poison as I go. How's my mana? I'm up at 15. I should start turning around once I hit 10. Okay, out we go. Notice that I did a recall so that they get past the flames. If you ignite poison while there's a corpse, it turns into a flaming square. And yeah, that your undead aren't smart enough to know that means no. All my mana back. Off we go into the fray. Explore the side a little. And send out a swarm. Of course, igniting poison as we go. It does not look like we're facing very heavy resistance here. Famous last words, I know, knock on wood and all that, but It really looks like we're just going to be able to walk in here and take this orb. Or rune. I guess that's the advantage of having the right spell. This ignite poison is beautifully, it's scissoring them. That coupled with this physical wall of mobs I have. Oh yeah, I leveled up. Still haven't gained back an extra life though, but whatever, it's all good. These warriors are much harder to ignite. You totally need to be... You totally need to use some strength against them too. Okay. Running low on mana, so I'm just going to regen for a bit. And off we go. Call allies to my side and ignite the poison. Everybody sick him. I don't want to deal with this guy. He's got to die. What is this behind me that's on fire? Must have been a flanking that I completely missed out on while I was too busy killing things. Anywho, my intelligence went down at some point on account of the horrible things I summoned for the unique, but it's all good. Let's call in the army and ignite poison against these serpents. Actually, I'm going to order them to follow me. That way they don't run towards the fire until it's... yeah, until this guy's out of range. Okay, there we go. May have lost a couple, but I just nailed a rune, so it's all good. No, you can keep the chunk. Oh, it's a snake that somehow missed the purge. Purgy style. Alright, that is the snake pit cleared completely and totally. Other branches that exist. Slime pits, shoals, we've already done the hive, we've already done the orcish mines. You know what? Let's go to the elven halls. I feel like clearing elf 1 and 2 out. Let's do the elven halls. I'm just tiptoeing around the actual hard stuff at this point. I've left a whole bunch of books behind now that I think about it. It's not a big deal. I can always go back for them. Apparently I've already been here though. That's elf 1. It's elven 2. Now, elf 3 I've gotten into trouble on before on account of the mass of casters they have there. But between all of my newfound charms, I'm very hopeful that I won't be in as much trouble this time. If I'm careful. Key thing is being careful and having enough food to survive the abyss. I'm not entirely confident in my ability to survive the abyss, but... ah, crap. Let's just recall them over that. It's going to be really hard to retreat. It's going to be impossible to retreat here. Because we already cleared that. I mean, that's a disconnected segment. Alright, next. Find me another staircase. There we go. Preferably one that had multiple spots by it. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. So far, definitely so good. I also definitely want to keep the repel missiles on. Elven archers are a pain in the neck under the best of circumstances. Let's see what this new ring is. Fire. There's some valuable stuff down here. Okay, elf mage, that's good cause to back off. That looks like a summoner, so time for some abjure of my own. Poof. Okie dokie, come on, send in the polar bears. Good polar bears. Nice polar bears. Violent polar bears. Ah. Okay, this is working out pretty well so far. We're rapidly getting towards the areas where I've never been. For example, I think Elf 3 is the deepest I've ever been into the Elven Halls. I don't think I've ever actually set foot in Elf 4. Whoa! He hit me with a bolt of negative energy, and I just got reduced in level to level 16. Granted, I'm at the peak of being level 16. I'll probably level up in a second, but... ouch. I have to back off here, because this is rapidly becoming a tough fight. And I'm at medium health. Let's in fact get some horrible things here to greet them, while I'm still at full intelligence. Oh my god, I just got like... My mana is back to full from all the collateral kills I just got. So let's go around the long way and see if there's no skeletons I can raise or something. Yeah, it looks like we're winning this fight. I'm still going to stand on the back, but, you know, it looks like we're going to win. And it looks like we've come across an invisible enemy because my allies don't seem to be wanting to kill for some reason. Let's do that. How am I gonna get a shot off at these guys? There we go. That's one. And that's two. Back to level 17. Didn't level up for a while, but it's all good. I'm actually curious just how much health I lost, or experience I lost from that one shot, because I by all rights, that was a lot of experience I just gained there, and I feel kind of miffed that I lost all that. Hell, I feel miffed that I lost any of it, but anyway, go and kill that then for me. Okay, so far so good. Let's keep repel missiles on. Definitely want to get some of these guys in play. And also want to be in a position where I can abjure his summons very proactively. Oh, focus the summoner, for God's sake, focus the summoner. There we go. Summoner's dead. Most of his summons have been abjured. And a little bit of necromancy has given me a new set of troops. It's possible that I was just getting lucky with regards to the not getting an intelligence penalty, because as of late my intelligence has gone down fairly consistently whenever I've used my level 8 ability. Granted, it's just a temporary condition though, and I'm smart enough intelligence stat wise that it's not a huge factor. It doesn't put any of my spells to unplayable level. It just means I can't spam it as much as I might otherwise have. Hell, if there was no drawback to this thing except food, I'd probably use that instead of Ice Beast 80% of the time. Just because why not? Okay, floor 3 is cleared. At least this segment is, and I think there's one downstairs, and there's two downstairs, and there's 3. So this is at least technically complete. There could be a segment I'm missing, but I don't think so. So, summon allies to my side, as always. Come on, I want the good stuff. Down we go. Elf4. This is an exceedingly dangerous place. Like dying here is a totally at risk. Oh my god, there we go. Dying here is something that's a total risk. You can totally walk into an annihilator or whatever and die here. So, being super careful. I'm only staying here at all with any level of comfort because I know I have an extra life. So if I do die, it's not game over, end of his tales. And let's be honest, this cat has always been a curious one. And while curiosity may have killed a cat, perhaps even the cat, it did not kill all 9 of them. Okay, there we go. That's the that's it, which is going to cause trouble. Freaking elves, man. I think just because they live longer than us, they're better than us. I don't actually dislike elves, but I always enjoy role-playing a character that hates elves. I think it's a fun character to archetype to mess around with. That's a cool book. Actually, is there dig in this book? There is not. Dig would have been neat. I don't actually need any of this stuff, but whatever. I'm gonna drop something or eat something just to lose some weight. I don't like being overweight. Just down a meat ration. Because I can. Thank God for small favors. Recall is a critical ability. I honestly first got it as mostly a convenience ability, but it is just so nice to have a panic button that is as powerful as that. It's like a poor man's repel missiles. Totally getting out of range of the guy in the cloak. I assume he's an annihilator, or like a priest or something, and I don't want to deal with him. Okay, he can't see me. Or, sorry, they can't see him. That's why they're backing off of him. But I can see him, so I'll kill him. I really don't know how to deal with strong invisible enemies as a summoner. And that's the biggest weakness I have right now. Wow, look at my traps and doors is so good. I can see traps 6 squares away when I'm resting. Again, I don't think they see this guy, otherwise they'd be dogpiling him right now. Keep repel missiles on at all times. In fact, do I have controlled blink? No, I took the poison, ignite poison instead, and I never went back for it. Fool that I am. It's beginning to look like I might actually be able to clear out Elf4 after all. I'm not sure how many floors there are in the Elven Halls. I'm pretty sure it's more than just the standard 5 for the lair sub-branches. So I'll probably check that out before I continue. I mean, I don't want to randomly walk into the bottom of the Elven Halls. That's kind of like walking into the bottom of Vault 8. Maybe you can get away with it, but it's better to have a plan. Yeah, I totally summoned monsters that I didn't have to there. But it's like, might as well. Go big or go home, right? Oh, these are priests. These aren't annihilators. I don't know what I'm so worried about. Alright. Finishing up this floor. Getting a little bit hasty, I admit. But my time is running low and I'd rather not leave it half finished. Okay, and that is Elf4. And also, the rest of that is the time I have for now. When I next come, I'll have a better idea of what's coming up in the Elven Halls, and probably I'll want to push a little deeper if I can get away with it. We'll see how long this lasts. Mewtalisk is doing his thing, and it's quite fun. Alright, thanks for watching, and thanks for all the comments. I will catch you guys next time.